Bim, bam, boom, badamble. I had a fun idea for a Bretonnia build that would counter the dreaded triple chosen with halberds of Tzeentch, and then Kaiju did not bring triple chosen halberds. Okay, that's fine. We'll win anyway. We'll win anyway. There must be a reason you wanted to cast this video, human boy. Oh, you'll see. Oh, you'll all see. So for Bretonnia, we brought Knights of the Realm and Questing Knights for a little bit of armor piercing. Killing the Companions of Quenelles. 2 Poison Archers. 1 Peasant Mob just for fun. But then we have a front line of triple Gold Chevron, Men-at-Arms, Polearms, giving them a lot of melee attack. So they have impressive armor piercing. Then you can get their melee attack up with the triple gold chevrons. Then you can get their melee attack up with the Icon of Devotion. And they get ITP. And then Repanse de Lyonesse shows up with, there it is, the Fleur-de-Lis banner. So whenever we're in melee, they get 10 more melee defense and 8 more melee attack. Making them, and I quote, gods. Also, she can have the Halo of Maidenly Wrath to reduce the enemy's melee attack and melee defense by 24, which essentially is buffing your melee attack and melee defense by 24. So yeah, that's pretty fun. I also have a Damsel of Beasts with Flock of Doom just to punish the Halberd blob that isn't here, so that's a little sad. And yeah, I think that's most of the build. We have 2 Grail Reliques to give those buffs to the Men-at-Arms, Polearms. The other side for Tzeentch, we have Kairos Fate Weaver with Glean Magic, Barona's Time Warp, and Blue Fire of Tzeentch, though my opponent did tell me he wanted to take Tzeentch's Firestorm, not Barona's Time Warp. 2 Centaurs of Tzeentch, impressive armor-piercing units. 5 Marauders, 2 Blue Horrors, Exalted Hero of Tzeentch, with his Book of Crazy Spells. We have the Severed Claw and a Soul Grinder. Alright, we did not see what we wanted to see, but we will advance regardless. Get up in their face. And I couldn't see the Centaurs, so seeing that he didn't have much mobility around the sides or screamers or anything flying I had to deal with, I do send my Knights forward ahead of time. Centaur is going to get a bit of a drop on my poor Knights. They come lurking out of the trees. They get a free rear charge onto me, but the Companions of Quenelles see this coming, and we will make a Beastman sandwich soon. Elsewhere, other Centaurs are also getting a fight, but they'll get a 2v1 they won't want. So Repanse gets into melee, and the Fleur-de-Lis banner is popped. So look at these Men-at-Arms now. 4159 Polearms, baby! And Repanse is in the fight. She's going to take on that Exalted Hero guy. And she herself has 5867 melee stats, so not bad at all. But the front lines are joined. I use my 5th Cavalry to try and bunker bust the front line so I get on these Blue Horrors faster, but on both sides we are taking out the Centaurs of Tzeentch without much issue. Blue Horrors doing a lot of damage to one of my Grail Reliques, but the Men of Bretonnia hold. And Repanse is currently doing pretty well with the Exalted Hero, trading about even, while also firing on top of the Severed Claw and with other Marauders. Soul Grinder's trying to get good shots in. It can still hit the Grail Leaks, but it can't hit my Foot Heroes because they're really low to the ground in the melee front line. Marauders are holding, and I don't like that, while Blue Horrors do a lot of damage to me. Now, in pure melee, my Marauders are doing just fine, and we are starting to get some Knights of the Realm back into action, Questing Knights as well, from their excursion dealing with the dreaded Beastmen. Archers are ignoring Kairos as best they can, and Repanse is still fighting it out in the middle of the Severed Claw, fighting an Exalted Hero of Tzeentch. She's a hero, a true legend. Takes a lot of damage right in front of us there, but the front lines are finally broken, letting my Knights into the backfield where we can stop the Soul Grinder from firing, disrupt the Blue Horrors, and get them shut down. Balance power is about 50-50. We aim to change that. Now the Marauders are routing, the Exalted Hero is running for his life, and meanwhile the Severed Claw are left behind. Archers still provide a little bit of poison. We have Knights, Questing Knights, and Knights of the Realm surrounding the Soul Grinder just to provide a little bit of DPS that we haven't even got through its barriers, because these aren't Grail Knights, they don't have that much damage. As a Blue Fire is going to poke down Repanse, do a lot of damage, but she still charges in, still cleaves the Exalted Hero at the back of the head, and she runs from nothing! Well, Kairos is coming over and might make that a little more difficult. Kairos and the Soul Grinder holding up most of the balance of power for now, but Knights join in the hunt of the Exalted Hero? No, they're chasing down Marauders, though Kairos is going to land, and Repanse gets another hit on the Exalted Hero. Now, the Questing Knights also get buffs from the Fleur-de-Lis banner, so they're now to 50-50 melee stats if we do some rounding. And that is a lot for Kairos to deal with, who has checks notes 0 melee defense. The Exalted Hero has 50. Barona's Time Warp wore off on him. Now we have a Bolt of Change coming in. That is problematic. I'm trying to get some Grail Reliques over here so we can get some leadership buffs. But man, even without the Grail Relique, Repanse is no coward. Look at her go. She's naturally ITP, which I find insane. And she's still cleaving through the Exalted Hero. Never retreat, never surrender! It's a point blank to Blue Fire misses. Repanse is down to 400 HP. Still her leadership is in 28 range. She's doing fine, and we are trying to get a Grail Relique over here to make sure that she literally never breaks. Kairos buffed up with Arcane Surge. Barona's Time Warp just wore off on him. Repanse continues to chase the Exalted Hero, who has now Shattered? No, he's fine. He's chilling. Soul Grinder and the Severed Claw stuck fighting all these Men-at-Arms polearms, who are just swarming them with high melee attack and armor-piercing halberds. Kairos stops to fight Repanse, who never gives in. She's up to around 50 leadership. Icon of Devotion is in range for her. She gets leadership and melee attack, bringing her up to 67 melee defense. Kairos is going to try and get a hit on her. She only has 400 HP, mind you. But 67 melee defense versus 35 melee attack. He's going to miss. She continues to cleave into his side. Misses again. And I was informed he was trying to hit her. Soul Grinder even throws over the top, but Knights guard her with their lives. Another Barona's Time Warp is out to try and help the Knights. At this point it is all over. I'm just curious if he can even kill Repanse, who is pseudo-unbreakable. Kairos runs for it. I pop the Halo of Mainly Wrath just for fun. A lot of stuff is dying over here. There's one last Blue Fire. Ticks Repanse a little bit, but she's fine. She's even going to charge into melee against Kairos. Get a hit in. And as Army Losses takes him, he still charge attacks her. It misses. And that is it. Repanse cannot be stopped, and neither can Triple Gold Chevron Polearm Halberds. Pretty decent values for them. They were here to fight Chosen. There were no Chosen, and they did their best. GG, Mr. Kaiju. Mr. Kaiju. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.